a fun fact about my tea set. This is at least 13-year-old. So today is Ekadasi. For Ekadasi, I am going to make a tikki, vegetable tikki using the broth materials. Instead of besan and all those besan, atta, maida, nothing will be used. So it will be upas materials only will be used. So these are the ingredients that I am using. 1 carrot that I will grate, 1 boiled potato, half a lemon, then this 1.5 inch of adrak, this some curry leaves. If you have coriander leaves also it is nice, but I do not have, so I will use the curry leaves. 3 green chilies, some soaked sagudana. Then for binding I have this this is kuttu atta, so this is used for upas, and the other one is this is rajgira ka so this is rajgira atta. So I have rajgira flour, kuttu flour, some soaked, it's very nicely soaked and all. You can make sagudana upma as well, but I am bored of sagudana upma, that's why I am making this tikki. You can see how nicely soaked and floppy they are, dry. So I will be using that, and yeah, let me first, then for masala nothing much. I have jeera powder, I have little haldi powder, I have the salt, and then I will be using the black pepper powder also. So let's get started. So the first step is to grate this carrot. I am using this large hole to grate it, and then I will go for the next ingredient. So my one big carrot is grated and ready. Next I will mash the potatoes. Some people grate it, but I do not like grating it because it kind of because of the starchiness of potatoes, it sticks to the grater. So I prefer to mash it with my hand. So that's what I'm going to do it. So just roughly I will mash it up. So I forgot to mention that to this upas ka tikki, I will be adding around half cup of peanuts. I will roughly grind them, and I will add this as well. So this is ready. So everything is ready. Now let us do the mixing part. So to this big bowl, first I will add all the vegetables and potato etc. So this is my 1 carrot. So I am not going to add any additional water to it. The water from the vegetables from that will be enough for me to make this batter. So I added the potato, I added the carrot, I had the chopped curry leaves, chopped green chilies, chopped ginger. That's all I had. See, this is being made for upas, hence I do not have added any kind of fancy stuff like onion and all. It's just a simple thing. And also I will not be deep frying, even though I am calling it tikka. I'll be making 2 different shapes of it with just 1 or 2 drops of oil. So this will be definitely very less oil, maximum 1 tablespoon oil will be used. So these are all my vegetables. To this let me add the sagudana. So I am not using half, I will be using half of it because I am going to add this rajgira as well. Okay, actually I am going to add it all. So basically you can make this kind of a mix and keep it in fridge, and you can cook only when you need. So even though I do not, it will become so much quantity, I will keep them in fridge, the mix, without making the tikkis, and whenever I feel like I will make the tikkis. Okay, now to this we will go the Rajgira flour and the kuttu flour. So if you know so these are upas food because these are high protein, high calcium, high phosphorus, so they help your bone health, even they help fighting cancer, muscle health, everything. So even less carbohydrate compared to our rice and atta, so they are very healthy and filling. That is why in those days people use this. So Rajgira, kuttu, then peanuts, then sagudana, they all are high in protein, calcium. So yeah, so let me take some Rajgira. This is this is the Rajgira powder. So I'll be taking around 3 to 4 tablespoons, enough. I will add the kuttu also around same amount, 1, 2 and 3. Yeah, so 3 tablespoons of these I added. Like I said, I am not going to put any extra water to this. Maybe 1 or 2 teaspoon I will do. After mixing everything, I will see how much I need. I will add the peanut, not everything, around half of it I am adding. Remaining I will leave it. Or yeah, actually it is not much, so let me add it all. So this is a peanut I roasted in my microwave without any oil or salt or anything, so it is not yet salted. Alright, now let us add some masala. So I will add around 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper powder, 1 teaspoon of homemade jeera powder, okay, and then around half teaspoon of haldi powder, and then around 1.5 teaspoon or 1.5 to 2 teaspoon of salt. So let me mix it a bit, and into this let me squeeze my half lemon. There you go. That's it. This is all the ingredient you need to make this upas ka tikka. Now let me mix them well, and I will add very little water just to bind it, and then very little, because and I will leave it for around half an hour for that all those water to get soaked by the kuttu powder and the rajgira powder, etc. Because they will take some of the water right now, because I did the sagudana is soaked, whereas these are just direct powder I mix, so they will need little bit of soaking. So I will do the mix, and then I will leave it for some time. Actually, if you see, I was just checking it with my hand. I do not need any water at all. With the water from the carrot and all is enough. If I am holding this, these are getting formed. So I will be making mostly the round shaped tikka. I had forgotten to switch on the light and I was shooting. Yeah, so I was saying that I need not to add any extra water. You can see it's very nicely getting binded with the potato and the water from the grated carrot and the lemon juice. This is enough, right? So I will mix it some more time, and then I will leave it for 15 minutes for it to get set, and then we will do the tikkis. I'm going to add little bit of oil into this paste, very little, around 1 tablespoon I added, so that when I roast it, they will get oil from inside as well, and it will be very nice crispy. So let me mix this oil as well very well and then leave it. So this is the tikki mix. Now let me just cover it and leave it for rest for around 20 minutes. Almost 20 plus minutes. I need to make the shapes. I will make two shapes, one round shape and one oval shape. So I will take little bit of oil in my hand and start making the shape. So I made the shapes. As you can see, I have one round, 5 oval shaped and remaining a round. And I have this much left. I'll leave it in fridge. Whenever I feel like I'll make it. So now to make it, I will for the round ones I will be using this appam pan, and for the other round and ovals for the ball shaped one. So to make this, for the ball shaped ones I will be using this appam pan, and for the round and oval shaped I will be using this iron tawa. So both are hot. So now I will put little oil. I am using this is cold pressed peanut oil. You can use any oil or ghee. Just put few drops of oil into the center of each appam hole, very little. And here also I will spread oil. Okay. So using this silicone pouch, I don't know what to call it. So I am just spreading the oil everywhere. Alright. This one does not need any spreading. So now I have reduced the flame, and I will put these balls first. So leave one at a time. So my appam pan has 7 molds, so 7 ball went there. I will be cooking them in slow oil only, so you can see. After some time I will turn them, but right now let it get cooked from the bottom. Into this also I am going to put my oval shaped ones. So my tawa has more capacity, but I did not want to make so much. So the round one I can leave here. Yeah. So now with slow heat, let these get cooked. I'll take some oil and give them from the top little. Here also. That's it. So after it gets cooked for another 2-3 minutes, I will be turning them. So it has been around 1 minute or so. I feel like turning them, so I am going to turn. So you can see how nicely golden crispy it is becoming. So like this, make sure every side is cooked well, and cook them in slow heat only. No need to make rush or do high heat. So I am turning each one. So you can see how crispy and tasty they are becoming. Yeah. So if you like cheese balls, you can also put some grated cheese in the center, and that's nice idea for kids, whoever loves cheese. I do not like cheese, and I did not want to make much hassle. Wanted to do it as simple and as quick possible. That's why. So yeah, let's turn this side as well. Yeah, these are. I'll use this one. Yeah, it will take some more time. for the tawa. So you can see I have turned 3. If you are comfortable, use your hand, otherwise do it with the spatula. So I am bringing it to the center so that it cooks faster. Actually my tawa had more capacity. So yeah, let them burn from this side also, and it will cook for around 8 to 9 minutes in very slow heat. Keep turning them around so that every side is roasted in golden shape. For example, here the top side is been made and the bottom is made, but the sides are not made. So I am turning them like this. So for the side ones I am turning. So similarly keep turning them until all sides are golden cooked. Same thing here. For the side ones, first let the center ones get cooked, side ones not needed. If you require, you can keep them with the help of 2 spatula, you can keep them stand straight and cook the sides, but it is not required. These tikkis to get cooked from the side, I have made them stand like this, you can see, and once it is done, I will be turning to the other side. But this is nice idea so that it gets cooked from every side. So one side is roasted. Now I have put the other side. I cannot do the thin side, the width which is smaller, I cannot make them stand, but definitely the longer side have been nicely roasted. This is also almost golden from every side, but to make them more crispy, I will leave them in this slowest heat for some more time. The tikkis are very soft, so it will be soft in the center and crispy on the outer. Perfect. So another 3 minutes or so with this lowest heat, and then we are ready to eat. So this is the plate I have for my friend Lalita. You might have heard of her many times. So I am going to give this much to her. Yeah. And remaining is for me. So do make this healthy and tasty tikka at your home, and this is very healthy and easy. And thank you so much for watching. Do share your comments and do give like and subscribe to my channel if you have not. Thank you. Bye bye. These I am taking for myself to try. So let's taste it and see how it is. So let's taste it. This is very crispy from outside. Wow. Every time I make it, salt is always perfect. That's it was I like. So it is crispy at the outside and center is soft. With sabudana and all, they are soft. And with green chili, carrot, everything is just, I have nothing to complain. It's very tasty. And if you get to eat such things with very less oil in your uppas, what else is needed? Healthy, tasty, filling. For my uppas, I eat like around 10 to 12, and I am done for the whole day. I do not feel hungry. So depending on your appetite. It's very tasty. The flavor of jeera powder is also very nice. I do not need to use any sauce with that, because again then I will lose the taste of it. So I would prefer it that way. But yeah, through some chutney, green chutney and would been good, the tamarind chutney or the pudina chutney, but now I do not have time to make all that, so I enjoy. Perfect. So thank you so much for watching, and there is a fun fact about my tea set. This is at least 13-year-old. I wear it as a daily use and it's been color faded, but I just love it. It was I had brought it from Big Bazaar in Bangalore in the year of 2006 or 7, not after that, at least 2007 for sure. And since then I am using, at least from last 6 years or 7 years, I am wearing almost like daily use. I am using it for daily use. Yeah. So thanks a lot for watching. It's so tasty. I know it's not good to talk while eating, but I am unable to stop myself. It is so tasty. So do make it. It's very easy as well. And instead of Rajgira and all, if you are not making it for upas and all, you can add rice flour and little bit of besan flour to it, and you will get the same taste. So thank you so much for watching. Do like, comment, share to my channel, and see you in another recipe. Bye bye.